Morning, what's going on? How y'all doing? Well, last night was the conclusion of the Chicago Bulls' The Last Dance, episodes 9 and 10. So, your last chance, pretty much for your final thoughts on Michael Jordan and wherever you stood. Nothing changed for me. You know, I said it before, he's one of the greatest players ever. I just don't have him that as high as quite a few other people do because I just feel there were other players that moved me more. But I will say this, as a competitor and a winner, he's there with the best of the best. I will give him that. As a product pitchman and endorsement man, he's the godfather of it. He's in his own league and element. And I think, to me, that has succeeded him as a player because it took the mythology of him to another level. And I stand by what I said before. There have been guys that have come after him that's won multiple rings. So if rings is your criteria, it's not. You've seen a lot of guys. Tim Dunn got 5, Kobe got 5, Shaq got 4, Steph Curry got 3, LeBron's got 3, KD, Kevin Durant's got 2, Dwayne Wade's got 3. I mean, you can throw guys that have won multiple rings. So if that's your criteria of what, that's a subjective situation when we do rings. So it all depends on the other factors. But anyway, the episode's dealt with Dennis Rodman doing his thing, how I keep them together, Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, going through what he's going through, bad contract, injuries, etc. Jerry Reinstar, who made himself the bad guy at the end because he basically, him and Jerry Krause, they really didn't want to, and I can understand it. The Bulls did look vulnerable the last two runs. They beat Utah back to back, but you could see her toe was definitely coming down. And I understand, the Bill Belichick philosophy, though Tom Brady has been kind of the exception, and Michael Jordan could have probably been, maybe in that case, you get rid of him 1 year too soon as a 1 year too late. Do I think the Bulls could have won again after that 98 one? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if they could have beaten that Spurs team with Duncan and Robinson. I don't know if they could have. I don't know how much they had left in the tank because they looked kind of washed against that Pacers series. The Pacers series was pretty intense. And I still say the Pacers, I agree with Reggie Miller. I think they were the better team. They just didn't finish up. I think rebounding hurt them. And I think they didn't, and do respect Reggie Miller, has been one of the most important clutch players the last 30, 40 years, but his head coach to me was more clutching. I think Larry Bird's out there with that Pacer team. They beat the Bulls. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just think that they should have probably won that. But it wouldn't have changed the dynamics of his career. But I think that it was definitely in. I think the 2 years that he took off of, where you want to say suspension or playing baseball, whatever you want to call it, those were the ones he probably could have maybe have gotten. But I don't think after 98 he had much left in the tank. I don't. And it showed, you could see, but it was excuse me. It was a compelling 10-part series. I'd like to see other series. I'd love to see the Lakers. 80s Lakers, Shaq and Kobe Laker. They can make documentaries. I think you get 10-part series about all that. Kobe, Shaq's time from Orlando, Miami, and the Lakers would be like a 15-part series because it'd be very compelling. Because for that 10-year window, from his time in 92 to 06 after he won his last chip with Miami, it would definitely be so compelling there with Shaq. Kobe would definitely marry one. I think Steph Curry, Golden State, they're going to marry one. LeBron James out there. So there are other guys that can marry. Bill Russell, Pryor, Wilt Chamberlain. I think if you allow yourselves, Magic, Kareem, Bird, all that. But the Jordan thing, because of the brand and how big they were, and they were in that particular decade. And again, the marketing was outrageous. And the timing of it was. A lot of things went into factors, and you have to take that consideration when you're talking about the lasting impact, how things are perceived. Because, but I've seen some great runs. Golden State went 5 straight to the finals. First time Bill Russell and the Celtics did that. And LeBron James was on a 1-man 8 straight run between his time with Miami and back to Cleveland. So, you can see things, but what separates the intrigue is that the Jordan had the shoes and he was winning, but also he was extremely popular and it was a different time, So there's a lot of little factors. But anyway, that's my final thoughts about Chicago Bulls Last Dance, episodes 9 and 10. Give me your thoughts, your takes, your feelings on it. Hit the like and subscribe. When the bell rings in the video, wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another. And sometimes there are certain things that when they're happening, you can say I was there to remember. And some other things, it all depends on how you come down with it. But it's very compelling, and everybody's got a story to tell. All right, have a good day. Peace.